2 years after a Durango High School student was slammed down to the pavement, 2 of the students involved in that incident are getting a big settlement from the school district.
Yeah, the American Civil Liberties Union of Nevada, the ACLU, is speaking out for the very first time today after its clients received a $1 million settlement. Crisis in the Classroom investigative reporter Tiffany Lane has more after speaking with the ACLU.
The settlement was voted on last night by the CCSD school board, and attorneys representing the students say their clients can finally start to heal. But the fight is far from over.
There were a lot of sleepless nights. There was a lot of tears.
Brian Blankenship with Claggett and Sykes work with the ACLU of Nevada to get justice for 2 teens involved in this incident, caught on cell phone video back in February of 2023. It gained national attention.
These young men will carry that the rest of their lives.
After nearly 2 years, 2 of the students in the video, including the one slammed to the ground by Clark County School District Police Lieutenant Jason Elfberg, they reached a settlement agreement of $1 million with the district on Thursday.
CCSD has been adamant from the beginning. Not only did they not do anything wrong, that they actually in fact protected everyone's rights that day. But I think the public can determine for itself by looking at the numbers involved with this settlement about whether or not that's accurate.
The ACLU of Nevada started representing the students involved in the incident just days after it happened. 2 months later, they filed a lawsuit for body-worn camera footage and other public records. In June 2023, CCSD officials said after an investigation, the officer would not be fired, and after reviewing the police department's use of force policy, that would also not be changed. After nearly a year, a judge required CCSD police to release this body-worn camera footage. The ACLU appealed to the Nevada Supreme Court for more records, including the investigation documents, something that's still ongoing.
That we're fighting to get access to that will really give us some insight into what did the higher-ups at CCSD do in response to this incident, and whether or not they took appropriate steps to hold their officers accountable.
Christopher Peterson, the ACLU of Nevada's legal director, says they're also working towards changes on the district level, especially when it comes to police training and the department's use of force policy.
And I think what we're seeing from this incident is we really run the risk of having more harm happening until we have accountability for this department, better training, better policies, and when the officers act inappropriately, that there's actual accountability.
As the ACLU continues to gather more information into the incident, Blankenship says the students involved are setting a precedent.
They represent the ability for this community, for these great lawyers and for these families to come forward and say this is not okay.
He says right now they're focusing on the future.
They're still in school. They're still looking to pursue their education and go beyond their education, play sports, be what young men do. That's what they're focused on now, is trying to move on, apply for college, make sure that some of the things that were put out, that those falsehoods are corrected.
I will continue to follow up on the ACLU's appeal for the investigation documents. I'll provide updates right here on News 3. Reporting from the studio, I'm Tiffany Lane.
And you can always send us your tips on things that you'd like us to check into impacting our schools. You can scan this QR code on the screen or just email us at schooltips@news3lv.com, or you can call 702-805-0489.